Trying to sell him this Trackhawk. Let's see how well I do. I'm a pretty good salesman.
Woo! Dang, son!
That is right. What you see right here is a Goon Squad dang sauce display right here because we are officially going into retail stores. We're gonna be in mechanic shops, auto parts stores, gift shops, grocery stores, any type of retail store. You could officially have us on your shelves where they're absolutely gonna fly. And not only are we going to US retail stores, we are now going to Canada, UK, Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Spain, Sweden, Ireland, Italy, Norway, Portugal, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, and France. So that's huge for us because I know a lot of international people were wanting to get that, but now your retail stores can officially order this stuff on fair.com. The link is gonna be down below, and we are running some amazing deals for anybody that wants to order it for your retail store. And the deals are just gonna be better than ever. We're gonna offer up to 30% off your first order, $100 credit towards your order, free shipping for a year, and even 60-day payment terms. So if you're a shop owner or you know a shop owner, definitely be sure to visit the link down below and get you some of this dang sauce.
Kind of crazy is there is some inner structural damage in this Porsche, which if you go in there, I'll point right at it. Do you see that?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the new Goon Squad garage. It is raining outside, but you know what? We finally made it to a stage in the Goon Squad life where we finally got some insulation and it's not as loud and we can record while it's raining. So this is just a major time in our history right here, and we're super excited to be at this stage and also just share it with you guys. Just super blessed, honestly. But today what we want to do is actually work on this Porsche, and as you guys seen in the previous video, we tore apart the front end, the back end, and now what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and tear apart this interior because we're preparing to swap out these quarter panels, the roof, and we don't want to be like cutting, welding, grinding, and ruin this interior because it is a pretty nice interior. Although these seats right here could have been better, could have been the carbon fiber bucket seats for $30,000.
Hey, I think these are more comfortable.
That's true though. These are definitely a lot more comfortable, so we want to protect them. We'll keep them. The dash has got to get removed as well because we got to send that off. Look at that, dude. It is scraped up, damaged, so we'll probably either do some Alcantara or something, maybe just some new leather, man. That's going to be awesome. But you know what? We are ready to just go ahead and actually start swapping parts out because we got the parts car over there and we can swap out the roof, the quarter panels, and we're still waiting on some front end components and some back end components. We're gonna turn this sucker into a GT2 RS, dude.
Dude,
insane.
Dude, the bumpers and the fenders that we already got on the way are gonna be insane, dude.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. And also we might even do some stuff to the office because you know what? The office is basically complete, but we gotta just do the final touches, like do another coat on the floor, maybe some trim, some molding, and then I think Joe is actually gonna come out tomorrow to finish up our exterior, like dirt work and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Epic stuff is happening. You know what? We are moving right along and we got some other epic things planned. But anyways, let's just go ahead, bring in our tools and start ripping apart this interior.
Alrighty guys, so check this out. So we are just ripping this Porsche apart left and right. As you can tell, basically the back half of this Porsche is completely gone. I mean, we pulled the front seats out, the rear seats, all the side plastics, every component, trying to get it out as best as possible without breaking any clips and stuff like that. And it's pretty easy for the most part. I mean, as you can tell, you can stick your whole entire hand through the car, dude.
Ooh.
That's crazy. It's only a little thick, like 2-inch foam piece that's blocking that little path right there. I think that's just protecting it from sound, dude. That's
if you come
crazy.
up to a Porsche, you pop this vent off, you pop your hand through there, you can get to the door, man.
Tickle the person sitting in the back.
Just about. But anyway, it looks pretty cool in there right there,
Yeah, it
dude.
looks super cool. I mean, it's crazy how the engine is just right there behind that little firewall right there. You got some fuses that are hidden that you'd probably never know you had unless you take apart the whole entire thing. But most important thing that we noticed that's kind of crazy is there is some inner structural damage in this Porsche, which if you go in there, I'll point right at it. Do you see that right there?
Dude, I sure do. That looks sketchy,
That
man.
right there is where the shock tower actually bolts onto. So that's exactly where that top part of this shock actually bolts on. And as you can tell, see this rubbing right here? I'm guessing whenever they flip, the wheel hit the top of that and kind of pushed it in. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to pull that out and hammer it and straighten it out. And I think we'll be good. I'm not scared because this blackjack right here, man, I heard it can do some stuff, dude.
Dude, I know it can pull from any type of angle, and you can put as many like pumps or hydraulics to it as you want,
dude,
and it's powerful,
yeah,
dude.
You can pull the roof down from this shop
If
dude.
you wanted to.
If you wanted to. But as for the headliner, we actually had to pop the windshield out to get the headliner out. So don't forget, we need to put this back before the brand new windshield,
dude,
because that was pretty tough. We tried folding it like a taco and it ended up kind of creasing this a little bit more, so we didn't want to do that. Windshield popped out easily, and the only thing that's damaged on this headliner is this part right here, which on the back, you see that? That's metal. So if you get a little bit of heat gun, a little hammer, you can probably fix that headliner,
fix that
dude.
sucker. If
Pop
it doesn't
back in,
fix,
dude.
we'll take it to the upholstery shop and get it in blue Alcantara,
Diamond
dude.
stitching, blue diamond stitch. I wonder if that's possible
Dude,
on the roof like that. That may be
honestly,
something.
that's too much. Too much, dude.
Who knows? We may end up doing that.
Hey, but before you pass that
Later.
little sucker right there, though, tell them what it
I'm
did.
telling you, man, this is probably the best vacuum cleaner we've purchased. I mean, we've bought a lot of shop vacs, but this, what is it, 6 horsepower vacuum, 5? I don't know.
We need 10.
Man, this thing sucked up all the glass. I mean, there was like a bucket of glass in here. That thing had no problems, dude.
Dude, nice. But you know what? I guarantee you that thing is going to probably die on us in a couple of months, dude.
Vacuum cleaners don't last with us because we vacuum everything. Like, from
Water.
water to glass to mud,
Metal.
but yeah, metal too. But anyways, the next structural damage is this part right here on the roof, which this part don't look too bad. I know that blackjack, whatever kind of piece we're gonna put right here is gonna, like, I don't know, we're just gonna grab it and pull it.
We're
like
going to
this.
yank it. We're going to yank it and crank it until we
straighten it out,
Kelly,
weld it back, and
that
put
looks
the
like
new
an easy
piece.
one, honestly,
Yeah, this
dude.
is the easy one. The most important one is probably that inner one right there, which that may be easy too. So it'll come down to whenever, I think we're gonna get the blackjack guys out here, and they said they wanted to help us out, set some stuff up. So that's gonna be pretty epic, learning from them, figuring this whole entire thing out. And also, you see this black part that's metal?
Yeah.
I believe this just unbolts. It's on 10s, pops out, dude. That's gonna be super simple. So that's the next thing that we're gonna move on to, is taking apart all these components, this whole entire glass component that we're gonna keep because we got a good one on that car. And I guess after we take this whole entire thing apart, we're gonna move on to the center console and hopefully to this dash.
Alrighty guys, so it is actually the next day here, and last night we ended up popping out this sunroof right here. And as you guys can tell, this sucker is just absolutely bent and mangled up because it was a lot more difficult than we thought to actually pop that sucker out because it's all glued on there basically. We thought that these little panels right here were actually separate, but it's all one unit. And we had to pry and pop and use like a bunch of different like glass removal tools to get that glue just unbonded. And this is where we are right here, and it's just gonna be difficult to actually take out that one and try to save it and not damage it. So I'm thinking worst case scenario, if we don't get that sucker out, we're gonna probably have to go with like a carbon roof or something like that, man.
We might have to. I mean, because this car right here, whenever we were popping that out, you actually have to pry pretty dang on hard, dude. So if you pry too hard and you end up like bending this part, which is metal, that'll suck because then you kind of can't use it.
Yeah, then it'll be damaged. And we tried a bunch of like different tools. Like we tried that little Sawzall sideways putty knife type of thing.
It's just hard to get in there,
It's hard to get in there. And the other option is to actually use some wire, but I don't think that's gonna work either because there's some like corners on the inside.
It's like a 90-degree angle in there, dude.
Exactly, and there's like little metal pins also on like the bottom seam right there that like will probably stop the wire or rip the wire. So the only option that I'm thinking that will probably work is one of those like 90-degree knives. You stick it in the side and then you pull it, but there's a lot of glue. So I guess we're gonna attempt that probably a little bit later. Right now, what we wanna do is go ahead and probably keep removing that interior. We got a bunch of like stuff like for the dash, or before we get to the dash, right?
Yeah, we gotta get that center console out, and then we gotta get all the carpet out and stuff like that. And then I guess we may end up popping the steering wheel, just depends, but the dash has to come out.
The dash has got to come out, man, and yep, it's just jacked up pretty much. Anyways, let's just go ahead, keep on moving, and hopefully Joe comes out here this morning because he's got to look at that swell, because with this swell, it is pretty technical. Like, so we were thinking that you just get somebody out here, they just dig a little ditch, they throw some little rocks in there or pebbles, and then that's it. The city comes out here and they're like, it's okay, you're good to go. But really, you got to bring in special dirt that's inspected by the state. You got to bring in a special type of sized rocks, and you got to put them in certain like areas, certain distances. There's a bunch of measurements, so this is pretty crazy stuff. But Joe is the guy to actually that's going to be able to take care of that stuff.
And hopefully he can come out here today because it did rain this morning. And honestly, for the asphalt guys' job, dude, they did an amazing job. All the water goes to that corner, and that's exactly where that swell is going to start.
Exactly. And another thing with Joe coming out here is we're going to try to sell him that Trackhawk right there.
He wants it.
I called him. He wanted to buy one of our vehicles. I think he wanted to possibly buy the Hellcat. He really wants that Viper, but you know what? I don't know. That Viper is going to be hard to let go of right there. But the Trackhawk, you know, it's ready for sale. And he said he's all like SUV'd out. He don't want any SUVs. He just bought a brand new SUV.
Wait until he drives.
Wait till he drives that thing, dude. I'm telling you, he might change his mind.
I don't think he had an SUV like that, dude.
That's one of a kind. Gets tons of compliments. But anyways, right now we're gonna keep on working with that interior, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty guys, so check this out. We about got this whole entire interior dash ripped apart. All we got left is just the carpet. Man, it's been super crazy just doing this right here. But you know what, we'll get back to that and tell you guys a little bit more about that. Right now, look at this. We got Joe, he just pulled up over here. And something I ain't ever seen before. What's this? It ain't no Hellcat though, it's a T8. But you know what, the main thing that I'm trying to do is trying to sell him this Trackhawk. Let's see how well I do. I'm a pretty good salesman.
He needs a Trackhawk, and we need to get rid of it. You know
Let's
what
go
I mean?
up over here. What's happening, Joe? What you got there?
Well, buddy, my best friends came and picked me up. I came by the office like, man, I got to go over and see Simon. He's a huge fan, by the way. And he wants to show me his new car. I was like, man, I just missed a Mopar deal. Right?
Hey, I mean, I thought you wanted the Viper. How's it going,
who
man?
out there
Hey,
got that car?
Nice to meet you.
This is Pat. So this is his new ride. And I was like, well, let's take it. So now I can
How much
cruise
did you
around.
pay for it? Like, ooh, you could have got a Hellcat for that. Right?
It was, yeah, I know.
I told you. It was my idea for you to sell a car, and you turn
I know.
around 2 weeks later and sell a car and don't let me know.
What?
Whoever got that car out there, you got to find me. I want that car. I want Goon Squad's first car.
We sold the Corvette, right?
Yeah,
We sold the Corvette, so it's not technically the first. But
We
you know
won't
what?
tell anybody you got a Corvette.
We can sell you one of our special cars.
Oh,
The
really?
Hellcat's one of those, a dime a dozen. We got one of those that you talked about, you know, over the phone, the orange one in there. We might be able to work
That's
something
the
out.
car I want.
But let's go over here and check out this Trackhawk, because you said you didn't
keep
want
talking about this Trackhawk.
Hold up 1 second. Look,
Oh,
look at
God.
what it does.
Hey, he's trying to sell me this thing. I don't need another SUV. Oh.
Hold up now.
That ain't just a regular SUV though.
It's not. It's 700 horsepower, all-wheel drive. I mean, this thing is fully loaded, faster than the Hellcat probably, maybe on launch for sure. But get in there and rev it.
Oh,
Here you go.
thought we were late. Have you ever been to Mean Bean?
Never.
You a coffee guy?
I am.
So I'm always drinking coffee. Everybody makes funny. Mean Bean Coffee right here. Like,
Where's this at?
what's it, like Main?
Main Street.
I'm telling you, man. It's working right.
Mean Bean?
Asphalt looks good.
Yes, sir. It needs some
Hey, wait a
permits.
second. Should I break in your asphalt for you?
No, sir. It's fresh.
He said all-wheel drive.
It's fresh. Hey, this is a Mean Bean too right here.
Fresh. This car's fresh. Feel that carbon fiber going on?
Yeah.
Harman Kardon? Jeez. Oh, you gotta hit the start button. We got the neighbors coming out.
We can go for a little ride.
The new Daddy Mobile. Let's go drive it. You want to
drive it?
Let's go drive it. Man, this thing's slick. It does not feel like a Jeep.
It's smooth, ain't it?
Yeah.
And it's got the 22s on it, which usually are not so smooth, but
I've even ever seen. Oh. Woo. You could get in some trouble. Oh, mad downshifts.
see what I mean?
Oh. All right, so you called me here to look at something. I think you've got some drainage work you have to do still,
Yes, sir.
right?
We got to dig this swell. That's like one of the final things that we need over here to basically finish up our final. Just some just swell and then a little bit of grading work,
A little bit of
basically.
topsoil around the
A
edges.
little bit of topsoil, nothing too crazy. We're gonna look at the plans
I
right
think
quick,
you need
right?
to mow this thing.
Definitely, we can mow it for you.
All right, let's get the plans out, take a look at, see if we can chop through the jungle and look at your swell. Are they making you plant all these trees to do
Yep.
this?
They said that we need
To pass the final.
So you got quite a bit of landscaping on the buffer. And then they want a 24-inch maximum depth in this deep area rock. And they kind of want a 9-inch overflow for the water. All right, guys, I am tired of hearing about this dang sauce in every video and not knowing nothing about it. So,
Get your clothes on. Are you gonna try it right now?
yeah.
You don't have to take it down. Like
Just chug it down? Is that
No,
what
I'd
we're
probably
doing?
just like dip your finger in it or something.
No, I'm just going to take the rest of this. Can I have this?
You can.
How hot is it?
It's not hot.
It's not hot?
Oh snap! Oh snap!
And pour me a little in the hand here. I like that lime aftertaste right there.
Hey,
What
it's
comes
one of a
in with the
kind.
heat, that's nice.
One of a kind
That's
flavor.
good. All right, guys, that's so good. I'm not letting you have that back.
Get you a new one. Get you a couple new ones.
All right.
Take
so
them with you. Take as much as you like.
Well, I'm coming back for more because I'm going to be here next week.
That's right.
But that is going on my grilled chicken on Thursday night, guys' night.
Alrighty guys, so Joe just took off and he just went over the whole entire plans basically to that swell, and it's even more complicated than we thought. But you know what, if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be Joe. He's gonna call the inspectors. We're gonna call them actually together and we're gonna figure out if there's another approach we can take here. But you know what, here in the next couple of days, we're gonna have all the dirt work knocked out, and it's just gonna be super epic to have this place finally finished up. We've been talking about it so much, and Joe finally is coming to basically save the day. And Joe is also like starting his YouTube channel, and it's just, he's got some epic stuff. So definitely check out his channel. We're gonna leave the link down below. But anyways, look at this, man. We got all these parts just scattered all over the place for this Porsche. That right there was pretty difficult to do, but honestly, at the same time, it's not too crazy. That way we're not gonna remember where it goes. You know what I mean?
Just like every other car, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Let's just hop over here. Look at that, man. The dash can finally get redone. Are we gonna do leather or should we do something a little bit different on here, man?
We'll figure that out later. You know what I mean? The most important thing is it's out, you know what I mean?
That's right, man. We're gonna send it off. It's gonna be super awesome to have a brand new dash in here, of course. All this stuff right here is just wires or whatnot, just noodles, man. Basically spaghetti.
Leave it be, man.
Spaghetti, we did take pictures to remember where some of this stuff goes, so we already got some experience in this, so we'll definitely be able to put it back together. But the main thing now is that we could actually go ahead and start cutting, grinding, welding, and nothing else is gonna get damaged other than that carpet, which we're probably gonna take that out as well. We're gonna start ripping off these quarter panels left and right side and trying to fix out that roof right there and all that stuff. It's gonna be super epic, but you know what? That's gonna be pretty much a wrap for today's video. Definitely be sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you next time. Peace.